Gordon Gray's life began in the small mining town of Coppercliff, Ontario in 1927.
My teenage years were spent during the war. We all worked in the smelter and then the plant and in the mines. There were no political arguments. Everybody was for one single cause, and that was to win the war, to beat the Nazis. And the whole business of working was ingrained in me from that time.
Armed with a Bachelor of Commerce from Queen's University and a Chartered Accountant's degree, Gordon began working with A.E. LePage in 1955, a small real estate company based out of Toronto.
There were only 35 employees. I realized that there was an opportunity in this business to make the company a national one.
He expanded the business right across Canada, coast to coast, over a relatively short period of time. Really a massive undertaking.
We went from zero office leasing ever to 85% of the market in less than 3 years.
It was quite an achievement on his part. I came to realize over a period of time that Gordon wanted to get things done. He was a shaker and mover, and we became very good friends soon after that.
The young man from Coppercliff would go on to contribute 38 more years of leadership with Royal LePage, including serving as CEO and chairman. But the long list of his life's many accomplishments had only just begun.
One of the things that Gordon got into in the 1960s was the assembly of the land for the Toronto Dominion Bank Tower.
Toronto had a very flat skyline. It's his idea to put New York-style skyscrapers in that to, number one, be able to persuade the TD Bank that was a good idea, and number two, to be able to execute. It was fantastic. He had a vision for the city.
After the great success of the TD Centre project, Gordon led the land assembly and development for the Royal Bank Plaza, another project that transformed Toronto's skyline.
Toronto, I think, will be the centre of Canada forever, and he had a large role in that.
I love making deals. To me, then the amount of money that might have come from it was secondary to the satisfaction you get from doing something that can benefit mankind.
Throughout his long career, Gordon sat on numerous boards, both nationally and internationally, such as TD Bank, Rogers, Rio Algum, and even a popular restaurant chain.
I kept reading about Gordon Gray. God, what a good guy. So I went and called him up and said, "We're McDonald's, come join us, be on our board of directors." His mind is curious, extremely curious. And that's one of his strengths, I think, big time strength.
He is very honorable, he is very fair, and he is incredibly generous. My number two daughter, when she was young, said, I'm going to be great because I have great pants. And nobody understood what she meant, but she meant jeans.
I am fascinated by Gordon's ability to achieve balance in his life, to not only be very successful in business, but also to have a caring attitude towards his family, but also towards others. His philanthropic work is a prime example.
In 2006, Gordon and his wife Patricia invested in a small homegrown scientific initiative not far from Gordon's hometown of Coppercliff.
The Gordon and Patricia Gray Chair in Particle Astrophysics enabled me to confirm with great accuracy that the models of how the sun burns are very accurate. And in fact, the work that we did has led to a revolution in the field of neutrino physics internationally.
Dr. MacDonald's work in Ontario also led him to a 2015 Nobel Prize in Physics.
The satisfaction out of having played even a small part of something that led to a Nobel Prize is beyond description. It's immeasurable. It's something that the whole family is extremely proud of it.
It was very important to me, and I'm very thankful for their philanthropy in accomplishing this.
Gordon doesn't really know the word retire. He flunked retirement God knows how many times. He's always got something on the go. He's just an ongoing concern, which is great. Great Canadian.
Obviously I'm most appreciative of the fact that my dad was an amazing dad. Of course, anybody's greatest legacy is their own family, and hopefully his great-great-great-grandchildren will still, espouse some of the things that made him a great father and a great person and a great business leader.
Please welcome Gordon Gray. Inductee as companion to the Order of the Canadian Business Hall of Fame.